Hello Inside the Magic! My name is Kevin Yee, and I'll be bringing you this series of stories that investigate the parks, and especially some hidden history in the parks. We'll begin here in the Streets of America area of Disney's Hollywood Studios, and specifically, we're going to go underneath that Chevrolet sign. One of the first things we'll see inside the display case is a reference to WED, W-E-D. This is short for Walter Elias Disney, Walt's initials. That wouldn't be so surprising. What is more interesting, though, is that WED was the name of the company used to build Disneyland, and later was renamed Walt Disney Imagineering. The most prominent sign of the display case labels the entire display Susie's Speed Shop. But just who is Susie? The answer can be found in the silhouette right next to the sign. Susie, it turns out, is from Susie the Little Blue Coupe. It's a Walt Disney animated short film, came out in 1952, and this nose on the end of the car is really distinctive for Susie the Little Blue Coupe. Look at the oil cans nearby. You've got an oil can there labeled Holloway. Well, Sterling Holloway, one of the voices in the Disney animation canon, he's actually the voice of Winnie the Pooh as well, is one of the voice actors in Susie the Little Blue Coupe, that little animated short. And the oil cans for Clyde? Well, Clyde Geronimi is the director of Susie the Little Blue Coupe. Pete, especially spelled this way, is a reference to Bill Peet. He's an animator but also an author, and he was the one who created the original short story for Susie the Little Blue Coupe. The name Pete shows up a second time, this time with a different spelling. But this time Bill Peet is named by name Bill Peet, but spelled P-E-T-E instead. Let's zoom out a little bit on the Bill Peet trophy. And what do you see? Well, there's something at the top there. The thing at the top turns out to be a car from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. As you may recall, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was a ride in the Magic Kingdom in Fantasyland area that was later replaced by Winnie the Pooh. Zooming out a little bit from there, next to the Bill Peet trophy is another trophy. And this trophy has something written on it that's going to catch our interest. Let's have a closer look. It's the Stoleport Drag Strip, LBV it says. What's a Stoleport? Well, it's a short takeoff and landing airport. In other words, a very short runway. And there is, in fact, a Stoleport at Walt Disney World. It's next to the ticket booths to enter the Transportation and Ticket Center, basically where you pay to park at the Magic Kingdom. So the Stoleport is behind the trees over on the right as you're passing through those gates, and it remains kind of a backstage area to this day. And the LBV at the bottom, Lake Buena Vista. That's the area Disney is located in. Each week in this show, we'll tackle similar bits of hidden history, those remnants of former attractions or those tributes to Imagineers that you can find scattered around the parks. We've also just recently published a book on this, Walt Disney World Hidden History, the second edition. You can find it on Amazon.com or at bit.ly/Kevin Yee.